Hi everyone, how are you today? I am cleaning my brush before we get started, just in case I use this one. Do you clean your brushes? If not, you should. Keeping your brushes clean is so important. It keeps the bacteria off of them. It makes your application a lot easier. So usually I get this done before I come on, but I was like, okay, let me grab that one and see it. It looks good now. Hi, I'm Peggy. Welcome to my page. I am your Seint 3D makeup artist, where we use one palette and one brush to do our entire face of makeup. Now, today I'm going to show you something that's really, really pretty because June 1st, which I believe is Saturday, the new shade of the month comes out for eyeshadow, and it's this one called Eternal. It's really, really pretty. I don't know. It's like a purpley brown, maybe. We'll see. Hi, Rosie. So glad you're here. I don't know what's wrong with my internet. It's a beautiful sunny day in Southeast Louisiana. Matter of fact, it's in the 90s and it feels like it's in the hundreds. So yeah, summer is here in Southeast Louisiana, but that's okay. Now today I am going to use a different shade of, contour. Let's put it that way. All of a sudden, I just drew a total blank. Nothing wrong with me. Today, I'm going to use Astoria. I just feel like I need to get a little bit brighter or get a little bit different of a shade since it is summer. So let's just get started. First thing I'm going to do is take this contour and I'm going to just put it on my face on the hard parts. There we go. Why am I putting this dark shade on there? Because we are creating... Hi, Georgia. Oh, thank you so much. He's still hanging in there, but, you know, it just gets worse by the day. It really does. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be over there tomorrow, so I'll try to come live early tomorrow. But thank you so much for asking. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to feel for that cheekbone because we want to lift the face and create a shadow over here. So we're going to go right along that cheekbone up towards the upper part of the ear. There we go. Same thing over here. Now notice I am not dragging this down very far to the center of my face. And the reason for that is we don't want to pull it down. Hi, how are you, my New Jersey friend? I'm so glad you caught me live. I really am, Marion. Good to see you. So we're also going to come and we're going to create a shadow right along the jawbone to define it a little bit more. And we are going to come right down the neck with it. And what we're doing is just creating shadows because we're trying to hide my turkey neck. I have a turkey neck and my internet is terrible today. I am so sorry. Hi, Sue from England. Glad you're here. Contouring your nose is something you might want to do if it bothers you a little bit. Mine, if I was going to change a feature on my face, it wouldn't be my nose. I would kind of like get rid of the crow's feet or some of these, you know, like marionette lines or whatever. Not necessarily my nose. But you don't have to have surgery when you can just contour it. Let's bring it down just a little bit further. We're in the natural shadow of your nose. There we go. Just a little bit on the end, and there you have it. Now we're going to go to a lighter shade. Your lighter shade is your brightening shade, and it does just that. It brightens the center part of your face. That's where we want to put it. We're going to come right down the center of the nose, right in between those two contour lines. See how much narrower it makes my nose look and a little bit more elongated. It just gives a little bit better or a little bit nicer of a look to your nose. There we go. And again, if your nose is really wide and you feel like you need to narrow it, contouring is a must. Okay, and we're just going to go right in the center of the chin Now we're going to do the eyes. We're going to brighten the inner corners of the eyes. There we go. And we're also going to do the outer corner. Oh, I'm so sorry. It could be because of my internet, Miriam. Maybe come out and come back in. Okay, we're going to come to the corner of the eye. And we're going to just put a little bit of our highlight. And then we're going to come up and create a focal point right up towards the temple. See the difference that just that one thing can do. One eye looks lifted, one eye is drooping at the corner. So let's lift this one as well. Again, right at the outer corner and then right up into the temple. Really, it's better to start at the temple and come down because you don't want to pull that tender skin. Now, what we're going to do is come to my main shade. And main shade or main highlight is just that. It is the color that is the closest to the color of your natural skin tone. So this shade is called Hazel. And it also is really, really good about camouflaging redness. I have rosacea. It's not acting up right now, but sometimes it is. So I like to go just a little bit darker than maybe I should. There we go. You can see the three shades. You see the contour, you see my main highlight and my brightening highlight. I apologize for my internet. It is really terrible today. And it shouldn't be. That's the part that kills me. It really shouldn't be. Now, because we're going to use our new shade of the month, which is Eternal, which is eyeshadow, and it's for June, so it'll be available June 1st. I'm using Plum because that's about the best purple Lip&Cheek that Seint has. So we're just going to give some blush here right in between the contour and the brightening highlight. There we go. Notice everything I'm using is in this one palette. And we're going to put some on these lips. I love purples. Purples are a hazel eye, green eye, brown eye, blue eye. Purples really go with any eye color. So if you're looking for a good eyeshadow or an eyeshadow shade that goes with any eye color, purples are the way to go. Purple and pink goes with all of them. It makes all of your eyes pop. Now, I'm going to get my 3D brush to blend with. And so we used just 4 shades and all 4 were in this palette. And then we're going to grab our 3D brush. Now, the 3D brush has 2 ends. It has a pointy end or a domed end, and it also has like a bunny tail end. I like to call it a fluffy end. We're going to use the fluffy end to blend. Now, I'm going to start at the contour along my jawline, and I'm just going to blend it and drag it down the neck. This is the only time you want to blend down. Every other time you want to blend up. So we're just going to circle blend this around a little bit, and there we go. Now, what did that do? That created a shadow to where you notice my chin, not so much my turkey neck. That's what we want. It's me, but a little bit better. I apologize. This internet is terrible today. Okay. Now we're going to come, and I'm going to come to the lighter shades, which this is my main shade. And I'm just going to tap it into my face to where it like becomes a part of a second skin. There we go. You're just pressing it in to where you want it to stay. And that's where it will. This cream makeup is just revolutionary. I wish I had found this so much sooner than I did, but better late than never. Now we're just doing the same thing to the highlight shade or the brightening shade. They're both highlights. The main shade and the are both highlights. Here we go. Now, we're going to come up here and we're just going to tap on the contour on either side, just a little tap, because you don't want to blend it out. You want a soft blend, but you don't want to blend it out. Thanks so much for the hearts. I appreciate that so much. Now we're just going to continue to just gently press this into our skin. But we're also going to come up here and just circle blend this contour up into the hairline. You want to go all the way up into the hairline so there's not that white line. Blend all the way up. There we go. Now see how we just married the edges? We didn't blend it out. You can still see I have makeup on. This is a medium coverage. You can do a light coverage or you can do a heavy coverage or a full coverage. You just change your brush. That's the difference. Now let's come to the eyes and we're going to flip this brush around and we're just going to tap. Notice we're not pulling in tender skin under our eyes. We are just tapping and putting this product where we want it to go and where we want it to stay. You can also just grab and put a little bit above your eyelids. That's a good primer for eyeshadow. And again, this is cream makeup. There we go. All right, now we're going to come to the lip and cheek. It looks like I might need to get this a little bit better blended right here. There we go, right up into the hairline. There we go. Now, the way that I like to do this is with the contour, it's cream, but it's a little bit different of a consistency to what the highlights are. So I like to just stipple up and down, which is just gently tapping and soften it. Then grab it with your blush shade and just our lip and cheek and drag it up into the temple. Same thing over here, just tapping along to soften, and then you just grab that lip and cheek with it and stipple it all up into the temple. There you go, a full face of makeup using one brush and these 4 shades. What could be easier? You can even use this shade of Plum as an eyeshadow if you wanted to. Your entire face in one compact or one palette and one brush. Now, we're going to go just a little bit further. And I'm going to show you what else we can do with this one compact if I can find the right brush, because that's the wrong one. I'm going to grab my line brush, and this is just what else you can do with this one palette. I'm going to tap into my contour with this tiny brush. We call it the line brush. And look at that. Just fill those eyebrows in. Again, this is my makeup bag. I am not digging around in a bag looking for a brush or looking for where my eyebrow, whatever it is you use, container may be. It's all right here in this one palette. Here we go. Now, just so you know, my eyebrows are permanent makeup, but they need to be, so I do fill them in with my contour shade. Now, I don't have any, I have hair strokes, but I don't have, oh, I love Plum too. I don't have hair, I shave it off because it's gray. Yes, my eyebrows are totally gray, so I just shave the hair off whenever I shower, and there you go. So, just another thing that's in your palette. And again, Plum makes a beautiful eyeshadow. What you need to do, though, if you do use the any of the lip and cheeks as an eyeshadow, is set them with setting powder after. Now, I'm going to use some setting powder, but it's going to be after because we're going to do some bronzer too. I love using bronzer in the summer. It's just like a part of my makeup routine. And I like Bella bronzer. So I'm grab another palette that I have. little bit on the brush, and I like to just go right up here and come around where the sun would normally hit me. Right there. Just buff it on. There we go. Now, I also like to hit right here on the jawline and down my neck. Look at the difference that makes. I look like I've been standing outside. But since it's so hot outside in Southeast Louisiana, I'm not going out there. So there you go. So far we have used 5 shades. They're all cream. And we're going to move to our eyeshadow as soon as I find my brush. I had it right, there we go. I had it right here a minute ago. And again, this is the brand new shade that it will be available June 1st, which is Saturday. And it is called Eternal. Look how pretty that is. Now, the way I do eyeshadow on mature eyes, I have crepe skin underneath my eyes and above them. But you notice this cream makeup is not settling into them and making them more noticeable. So I like to just tap into the eyeshadow, the darker shade, just draw a line from the corner of my eye up. There you go. And then flip this fluffy little eyeshadow brush around and just blend it over. There we go. When it comes to my makeup, I don't like it to take a long time. I don't like to fuss with it. So if I have to fuss with it, I'm not going to do it. There we go. Now, I'm going to just grab just a little bit more, come over to this eye. Now, some will tell you you need to do totally one eye and then do the other. I do willy-nilly. I like to think there's not this is the only way to do it, but again, this is how I do it. I'm just tapping into and making sure that they're somewhat even. They don't have to be exact, but just somewhat even. Also, by drawing the line straight up from the corner of the eye, it kind of gives you like a border to where you can keep your eyeshadow just a little bit more uniform. There we go. And you don't end up getting way over here. You want to keep that line up too, because you don't want anything that comes further down. If you come like out this way, you're going to drag your eye down. So you want to keep it up and high. If you have hooded eyes, really bad hooded eyes, mine are hooded but not bad. You can look into your mirror and just put your dots right here and then bring it down. You don't have to worry about a crease if your eye, the crease of your eye, if you have hooded eyes, severely hooded, because it's not going to show anyway. So at that point, I would just blend and concentrate on the hood part that's like right here. There you go. Just flip your brush around, put your little dots there, and just give it a blend. There. Now, I'm going to come back with some drift because I like a dark and a light shade, and just rub it across and a little bit up. Again, if you have severely hooded eyes, you can just drag it a little bit up, and it's going to make that a little bit less noticeable. There we go, just blend. There we go. Now see how soft that is and how pretty to me it is. And it's just an easier way to do it. I didn't wear eyeshadow as a young girl because number one, I didn't know how to do it. Or even as a young mother, I had no idea how to do eyeshadow. And I didn't know what shades went together, and I hated buying a palette with a whole bunch of eyeshadow shades in it that I didn't use just to get one or two. Well, that's the beauty of Seint. Everything is individual, so you only buy the shades that you. This is just a container. These eyeshadows are individual. They're magnetic. They pop out, and you pop them right back in. So simple. So there you go. We've got that done. Our eyes are done. Our brows are done. We have our bronzer on. So the only thing left would be just a little bit of setting powder. Because I live in an extremely hot and humid area, I use NYX setting powder. Can you see? Oops, there we go. I use NYX setting powder. The reason that I use it is because it has cornstarch in it, so it really helps to set this makeup. You can use a setting spray, or Seint has a really good vanilla dust setting powder. I like to use the NYX though because of the cornstarch in the area I live in. And I'm just going to give it just a tap right in where I sweat. And there you go. We are finished. What do you think? Again, this is Seint Cream Makeup. It's wonderful for all skin types. It's really good for mature skin. I'm 68, so hey, if I say it works, I should know because again, I have the crepe skin. And I have really crappy internet. I'm sorry. Today, I don't know what the problem is because, again, it's sunny and hot. It shouldn't be an issue that we're having now. So how do you get started with Seint? That is so simple. You need a color match. What I want you to do is go to a window in your home where there's natural light coming in. Not sunlight, natural light. Open the curtains and let that natural light come in. Makeup free. That's a hard part. No makeup. So I want you to stand about a foot away from that window with your curtains back and your blinds open, no makeup, and look into your phone and shoot a selfie of your face, a little bit of your neck, and your décolleté if you can get it. If you can't get the décolleté, that's okay. But I like to see what the different shades are between your neck and your face. And that's it. I do the rest. The color match is totally free and absolutely no obligation to buy. So what happens if you say, hey, I want to try this, and you do and you love it? Hey, tell your neighbor. If you try it and you don't like it, let me know. Let's see if there's something we can troubleshoot. If not, Seint has a 30-day money back, no questions asked guarantee. You mail it back in, they give you your money back. It's just that simple. Can you imagine all of your makeup in one spot that fits in your purse, TSA approved, travels anywhere with you, and it's always all right there together? What more could I say? I appreciate you for being here with me today with my shoddy internet. I so apologize for that. You be the reason someone smiles today, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much for joining. Bye.